Top of the morning to you, and you're welcome to UEFA Champions League Night of Football. This Tuesday morning, Dominion Television channel of choice. This is Dominion Sport. We'll be taking you straight into the world of sport from the local front. Just like I said, the UEFA Champions League Night of Football is back in action. Also, we have a guest in the studio joining us this morning from the UK. We'll be talking about his experience in the world of football and everything that pertains to the game. Also, we'll be looking straight into the world of boxing right here on the show this wonderful morning. I am Paul Abe Toluwanimi, and I'm not alone in the studio. I have the Queen of Sport, Mabuba, joining me in the studio this wonderful morning. And also, I have the man donning the jersey of Manchester United, looking all dapper. Top of the morning to you, Sanuruddin Alimi. And how are you feeling? What are your expectations for the UEFA Champions League Night of Football game?
Good morning, Toluwanimi. Good morning, Mabuba. Good morning to our viewers. It's nice to be back again, and I expect firework. It's the tail end of the season now, and the quarterfinals. After the game Sporting tonight, Real Madrid against Bayern, the most fixture in the European front, and it's just exciting, and I'm looking forward to that and lots more that we dissect on the show.
Beautiful. Mabuba, you going to tell me what should we expect on the show this wonderful morning?
Well, as you mentioned, let me just start off by saying thank you very much for having me, and good morning to every single person. And as you mentioned earlier on during the intro, you mentioned that we were back in the Champions League, the Champions League night in the UEFA Champions League. We're also going to be having a guest on the show who is a Nigerian player, and he's going to be telling us about his journey over there in the USA, how his journey has been so far, and there's also a lot more to discuss. We're looking forward to asking him how his journey has been, what was the strategy of his career so far, and what does he expect as his career progresses over time.
Honestly,
definitely.
Come on.
It's nice to have
yeah.
give their insight from the internal, because we just have loads of views from outside, and it's like for people that are in the business to correct their views about the profession that they do love.
I agree. All right, I will be looking forward to that. All right, and let me inform you that Michael Adedokun, our guest today, is a Nigerian-born professional footballer known for his creativity, pace, and attacking versatility raised in the UK. Let me inform you that he has so much to give us on the show this wonderful morning. We're going to go on a break shortly, and when we are back, we'll be having Michael Adedokun speak to us right here on Dominion Sport. Right, you're welcome back to Dominion Sport. Late in the year 2025, he became a key player in short period of time, known for his vision, technical skill, and attacking intelligence. Adedokun continues to make a strong impact while aiming to reach greater heights in his career and inspire young football, especially from Nigeria. Let's celebrate Adedokun to join us on the show this morning. Top of the morning to you, Adedokun, and how are you feeling? All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Good to have you on the show this wonderful morning. It's been a whole lot trying to get you on board, and I'm sure by this time right now, I know you should be resting. You should be resting by this time.
Yeah, it's too early. It's a little early, yeah. So it's like around 6 o'clock right now. So
Beautiful, beautiful.
it is what it is. So I'm glad to join you guys.
Great, great. You want to take us through your journey, into the world of football? I'm sure your parents back then would say, "Now you are not doing football. You maybe want to be a doctor, a pilot, a lawyer." How did it happen? How did it happen for you?
I mean, you already know how it is in Africa. So obviously, like you said, growing up was a little tough. So I grew up in a very small community in Nigeria, which is a rural, so in Oyo State. So, but for me, the game started on the street. I started playing on the streets where every kid in my community have the passion for the game, but there's limited opportunity to be able to play as at that time. So for me, my parents, let me say, I'm the last kid of my family. So my parents actually want me to be a doctor, a journalist, someone they can, be proud to their friend. Like, okay, my kid is a doctor in this hospital. So or maybe like, yeah, my kid is a journalist. We are watching him on the television. So those are the kind of things that my mom always envisioned me to be. But for me, it has always been about the game. So if you go to all the school that I went to, so all my teachers is gonna tell you like, hey man, my kid has always been about football. This is what I wanted to do when I was younger. But my path to every other professional footballer is a little bit different in terms of like how I use education aspect of the game so to get to where I am today. So for me, it's a tough journey, but I'm glad I'm here.
Okay, let me ask you, let's talk about the move. How did the UK opportunity, how did it come for you? What happened? Was it, a fantasy land dream? What actually happened? Scouting? What made you land this UK opportunity for you?
I mean, let me say a little bit about myself in terms of like the kind of family that I came from. So for me, I lost my mom a little years back. So when I lost my mom, I moved to the city. So then that time, that was like when I went to Shegun Degba International College of Sport Academy. So I was there, one of their captain as a then. But we already know like Shegun Degba Sport Academy is one of like the biggest academy in Nigeria. So for me, they have a program that they normally do where like some of their players is gonna go to abroad. But when I was there, so that's like kind of the opportunity that came as I did. So because my one of the coaches in the US, he came to Nigeria, get to watch everybody play. Then he was like, "Oh, I'm interested in Michael, all those stuff." So for me, at first, everybody was talking about like me going to Europe, and that's my goal as well. So I wanted to go to Europe to go and play in Europe. But when I look at the opportunity, like and then I look at it as well, I was like, "Oh, this is what my mom actually wants." He wanted me to combine both education and then without jeopardizing my soccer career. So for me, I see it as a perfect route for me to be able to achieve that. So that's why I decided to take it. And then I went to the US. So in 2021, and ever since in 2021, I was there, kind of enjoyed the moment, living in the moment is way different. So because it sounds like, it sounds like a college soccer, but for me, it's way, way, way like one professional environment because of the setup, the atmosphere on the game day and everything. So, you can see it sometimes like when you watch it. You can watch a lot of games on YouTube and you see it like, this is way more than like just college soccer, like the way we play it back at home. So, the setup and everything. So the standard is way like professional. So which is like, I see it as a way to develop myself, and get a professional career.
Beautiful. I can see a frame on your wall. That's we call him Igwe in Nigeria. That's a Thierry Henry. Are you a big fan of Henry? Let me ask you. Or are you an Arsenal fan? Are you an Arsenal fan or are you a big fan of Henry?
I'm not an Arsenal fan, but for me, I have like too many players that I, admire growing up. So Thierry Henry as a Premier League great. So I just have his frame in my house. I have Eden Hazard in my room. So Eden Hazard, I have Ronaldinho in my room. So I have like some great players. But Thierry Henry is one of like the great player that I really, really admire.
Great. I have other top-notch analysts here with me to ask questions about. I'm just wondering, when you wake up, you're waking up to Ronaldinho's frame. You're waking up to Eden Hazard. You're waking up to Henry. You're wondering, I must be great. Definitely, I must be great. What way to motivate yourself in the morning? I love it. Love it.
I think that's the thing for me. These are the kind of player that make me fall in love with the game when I was younger.
Yeah.
So for me, JJ Okocha. So those are the kind of player I look up to growing up. But it's a big privilege to be able to do what you love as a kid, and then being here, like I said, I'm just grateful. Like you said, be able to watch Eden Hazard, all those guys, is just another vision for me. I have to be like this guy. I don't have to be like them, but I take something from them, keep me going.
All right. Nuruddin, you got questions quickly?
Good morning, Mark. It's nice to be back because I watched loads of your videos and I see your friends call you Mark. Congratulations on your award as Mark, winning the Mark Eman Award. How does it feel to be like the champion and be in the spotlight in front of loads of players in college? You stood out amongst all and you awarded the award at the end of the day. So how does it feel like it, and how are you looking to transition from pro college football into professional football career and transforming that? Because I see you in the USL right now. Are you looking forward to moving back into the MLS or looking for opportunities elsewhere in the footballing career?
Thank you very much. First of all, so for me, it's everything in life is just a privilege. So because when I came to the US, the adaptation was a little rough at the beginning, but for me, I find a way to be able to make use of the opportunity that I have, because thousands of Nigerians want something like that, to be able to showcase their talents and be able to present themselves in front of the nation. So, and then I have that kind of opportunity. Winning my camera is just a big privilege. So because I have a really great team, really great support system to be able to achieve all that. And then, when I get drafted to MLS, I was in MLS last year I was in MLS before I get traded to Championship. So for me, everything, like I said, it's all about adaptation. So if I was able to adapt as I did, I was a college player, I would just transit into the MLS system. So you have to understand how the game works. That transition from Nigeria into college soccer is a way different game, because the pace is fast. The pace is fast. So the preparation alone is way different from Nigerian football. So, and it took me a little bit for me to be able to adjust into the system, and then towards the end, I was able to achieve my goal. So right now, Lexington is my goal. I'm here. I'm happy. Doing the best I can to help the team. But obviously, we'll see what happens. So the goal is to be able to play the highest level of soccer as I can, and I'm doing that. I'm glad. I'm happy with the club that I'm currently. So going back to MLS, it's not just about MLS alone. So it's about being able to give back to the community where I came from, be able to give back to my country in terms of playing Nigerian football at some point, maybe moving to Europe or something like that. That's the goal. But we will see. Only God knows the journey.
Great.
We spoke about doing white green of the Super Eagles in sometime near future, and how are you looking to break into the Super Eagles? Because we need loads of exciting players from different leagues. And what are your contributions, or what are your preparations in putting yourself in front of the press and the scouting team of the NFF, or who are those are in charge of bringing players into the Super Eagles? What are your expectations for that?
I mean, Nigerian national team is. Right now, we have a really good coach that is really doing well for the national team, because majority of the time I watch them. I watch the national team, what they're doing, amazing job. So for me, it's just all about me, myself. So keep helping my team and other stuff. So obviously, there's a lot of high on me when I got drafted in 2024. So playing with Montreal, so a lot of high on me. And still now, up to the moment, so based on what I did in the past, everybody still got their eyes on me. So it's all about, what I'm doing currently with my team. So if I was able to get everything done with my team and move to higher position, there's chance for me to be able to represent my country. That's the goal. So for me, but at the end of the day, like I said, everything depends on destiny. So we will see what happens. So I'm happy here. My main goal it's not like to jump from here to the national team or something like that, but I'm just enjoying the moment, living in the moment, and be able to help my team.
Beautiful. I love the moment. Mabuba, just one question quickly, so that we can wrap up this. Go ahead.
Okay, Mark, thank you very much for joining us, and congratulations on your recent win. You mentioned something while you were talking some time ago. You mentioned that, you have to combine both academics and sports together. So I want to ask, how were you able to, be at a top level in terms of academics while also playing at your A game in terms of sport? I know it's two different realities, and not everyone can actually balance these two sides, but how were you able to do it? Tell us.
I mean, I was a little bit tough kid when I was growing up, so to be honest, but I'm blessed, in terms of talent, and then, what's it called? So for me, then I just want to play football. I don't really know the value of schools then. So when I was in school, anybody that know me, they would tell you yeah, Mike, I just want to play football at the end of the day. But I'm glad that I was able to my mom was a little bit tough. So she always make sure you have to do it. Whether you like it or not, you have to go to school. So, and I'm glad because that time, during my time in high school, it was really, really, I took something really grateful that I'm grateful for today. So, which is, I was able to do it even though when I don't like it. At the end of the day, when the opportunity presents itself, I was ready for it. Soccer is something obviously you've been doing all your life. So since when you're little. But with school, you have to be able to give more because in the US, if you don't do well in school, you're not going to be able to keep your scholarship. So because I was there on scholarship and I have certain GPA that I have to keep every semester. So if I don't meet up with that semester, I'm going to lose my scholarship. So for me, when I got there, it's all about hard work. And then one of the things that I'm grateful for during that time is that I met a man in Lagos during my send-off with the program that took me to the US. So during that seminar, the man told me that, Michael, everybody is excited for you. But the truth is that about this journey is that it's not going to be pretty, but you have to force things to work. Then when I get to the US, the academic system is way different from Nigeria. So it's all about, how can you adjust yourself from Nigeria academics into the US system. So when I find myself there in that aspect, I was like, okay, you know what? No matter what it takes, I just want to be successful. I don't want to be a failure. There's no other way out. I've been dreaming of being abroad to be able to excel. And then I'm here now, the opportunity presents itself. How am I going to be able to take it? So for me, I would do all the school works until I go to class and all those stuff. I'll be finishing around 4. The team is going to train around 4 p.m. So by the time we're done, it's going to be 7 p.m. I have to do my homeworks. So that time I was a little skinny, small, so I need to go to the gym. I'll go to the gym around 12 o'clock in the morning. So I'll go because it's US, so there's light there, everything. So the gym always open, it's good gym. So I'll be at the gym 12 a.m. until 1 a.m. Then I'll come back to my dorm, sleep. So I'll wake up 7:30 in the morning the next day. So those are the kind of work that I have to put in to be able to adjust, because when I got here, I was okay, for me to be able to be the player that I really want to be, I need to work more. And with the advice that I had from the man that I was talking about, is Michael, you have to force everything to work. Yeah. And then that's where I begin to make use of that opportunity and started my goal, combining both started.
All right, great one.
Before he goes, I would like to ask you.
Hold on, because we must move quickly because of our time, and we have fans right here in Oyo, Iruan, and they're wondering, Michael, just say a Yoruba word for us. Let's just hear you in Yoruba quickly. We know the in it here and there. You just want to hear you, speak that language. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm a looking me, so
Okay, quick one now. We have the fun and rapid fire questions for you. Messi or Ronaldo?
I don't answer that question. I'm sorry. I'm a big fan of both of them. I appreciate what both of them bring to football. The joy, the passion, the competitiveness is something amazing. But for me, Messi is in the MLS right now. I'm supposed to choose him, but for me, Cristiano just do a little bit more as a player as well. So, and then I don't criticize any one of them. I just enjoy what they do for the
Okay,
for the
beautiful.
game.
Champions League or the World Cup?
World Cup for sure.
Okay, let me ask you one Nigerian artist on your match day playlist.
Oh, I have a lot of them. So I listen to Afrobeat. I have Burna Boy, I have Davido, I have Wizkid. So before, when I score a goal, I always listen to Wizkid. Come closer. So yeah,
Okay.
we always play that in the stadium. Yeah, they always play that in the stadium.
Great one. One more. If you score a last-minute goal, what is your celebration?
I'm gonna read my shirt, man.
Great one. I want to ask you, what advice would you give young footballers, watching you right now, because this video is going to go viral? What advice are you going to give young footballers quickly as a wrap up?
The most important thing is believe yourself, man. I know a lot of players always say that to you, and then it's hard in Nigerian environment now because there's less opportunity. As a footballer, everybody wants to play. But the number one thing is you have to believe yourself. I have a lot of setbacks in my journey where I don't have the chance to talk about on the radio tonight. So, this morning, but the most important thing is you have to believe in yourself, because I remember that only few have the interest in what I was doing before it came to light. As I then, everybody would always be like, you just have to go and find a job to do, because in Nigeria of these days, nobody's going to help you if you don't help yourself. Forget about football and all those stuff. But the number one thing is dream are valid. That's what I'm gonna leave you guys with. Dream are valid. Dream is not just something when you go to sleep, you see it while you're sleeping. No, dream is something that don't make you sleep. Dream is something you wake up in the morning and be like, oh my God, I still have to do it even when my body is not ready to do it. So I have to be the number one person who is I'm ready to be better than everybody, even though it's just 1 inch. So I just want to make that happen. And then with that stretch, with that mentality in your head, it's so easy for you to be able to get to where you're going without anybody convincing your mind for anything. So the number one thing is believe in yourself. And then, the journey is not going to be pretty. Right. It's going to be rough, ups and downs, football journey. So, but the number one thing is I believe no matter what it takes, I'm going to be there. It's just a storm is going to pass, and then I'll be able to achieve my goals.
Great motivation. I want to say big thank you to you, Mark. Just like they call you, I would say big thank you for joining us this wonderful morning right here in Dominion Sports. We hope to see more of you, more goals, more titles, more awards in your cabinet, and we're going to be celebrating you all the way from here. Thank you so much for joining us this wonderful morning, Mike.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. It's been a privilege. Thank you, man.
All right. Have a great day. All right, that's Michael Adedokun. Thank you so much for joining us. What a great, interview to have such a young, talent speak to us, about his career, life journey, and how he has been able to transcend into world football.
Yes, like I mentioned earlier, I said it's nice to hear from people right in the business, doing the things, holding it together, and I spoke about his commitment into academics and putting the footballing career just to put it together to the forefront. So it takes a lot of commitment to get to the fore of your career or whatever you are doing. So nice one to have a chat with him, and looking forward to his expedition in the US and in later in his career.
All right, we must move swiftly, just like a jet. We have stories to cover this wonderful morning. Match day 33, Abia Warriors secured a 1-0 victory over Bayelsa United, courtesy of Chukwuemeka Obioma Solo's effort in the 58th minute. Let me inform you that the victory pushed the Warriors to fourth, just ahead of Nasarawa United and Shooting Stars with 52 points from 33 encounters as they continue their quest for the CAF Confederations Cup ticket. Let me also inform you that Ikorodu City suffered a 4-1 humbling at the hand of Plateau United away from home, while Ikorodu City remains third just ahead of Nasarawa United on goal difference. The emphatic win propelled the Plateau United to 8th position with 42 points on match day 33. We have a video from Benga Gubote, but because of our time, we might not just be able to take it. Maybe tomorrow we'll have that video, but let me hear your reactions. That game, just like Johnson said, he wanted those victories.
One prayer got answered.
The other one, yes. Let me start off with Mabuba. For you, the victory for Abia Warriors, and also Ikorodu City getting whitewashed against Plateau United.
You see, if Abia Warriors had lost that match, they would have been 7th on the NPFL table. But securing this win against Bayelsa United, it is vital to their quest for the Confederations Cup ticket. Yeah. And it also puts them fairly at the top of the NPFL table as well. So I would say that It's also a sign of them maintaining territorial dominance because most of the losses that they've had this season has been away from home. I can't particularly ascertain what their performance is in their away matches. I think 2 away matches for this season is going to be like, but it is still, this particular win plays a vital role in their quest for the Confederations Cup ticket. But for Ikorodu City, they are currently 3rd on the NPFL table, and I feel that this defeat to Plateau United should I say, caused a dent in their quest for, the NPFL title. If they had secured that point, they would have been on 55 points, on par with Bold Rivers United, Enugu Rangers. But them losing it now, it would have been very, very open. But now since that they have lost, it's not, And I would say that this loss, it's not something that is common when it comes to Ikorodu City. Most of the losses that they've had has mostly been narrow margins, 1-0 to 1 goal to 0, 2 goals to 1, or sometimes draw. But this particular defeat, it was shocking to me. But in the next matches, they're going to play at home. So I'm thinking that they're actually going to secure a win in that match. But then in their away matches and, for the quest for the title race and maybe the Confederations Cup, Rivers are still going to drop title. That one is certain. But we can't particularly speak well of Ikorodu City's away performances. But if they can secure draws in those, encounters while Rivers drop points, it might help propel them.
Okay, beautiful.
There were wanted stats from the Ikorodu City Plateau United game. Ikorodu City are the first team to concede 4+ goals in the second half of the NPFL since Rangers International lost 5-1 to Shooting Stars last season in the NPFL. And this is the third time Ikorodu City are conceding 4+ goals in the NPFL this season. That's not one thing they would like to go back to. And it's just all start for a team that has this record of clean sheets this season. They are the leaders of the clean sheet, but conceding 4 goals in 3 different games. That doesn't help their ambition. They're still on 3rd position, 2 points behind triple toppers, Rivers International and Rangers International. So we'll look to what happens between now and the end of the season. There are 5 games to go, and it's exciting times in the NPFL.
Beautiful. All right, talking about exciting time in the NPFL, Inter Lagos are officially promoted to the NPFL after a 1-1 draw against Smart City FC. That was enough to confirm their place in the 2026-2027 season, becoming the 2nd team after Doma United to go up. Let me inform you that Inter Lagos will be in the NPFL for the first time in their club history. They were this close in Enugu when they had the playoff, but edged out by Beyond Limit. Now it's going to be an interesting time because we're going to have, the Lagos Derby, Ikorodu City and Inter Lagos. So maybe Sporting Lagos can get the edge. Right, you want to say something quickly? Go ahead with the promotion for Inter Lagos.
Well, as you mentioned, it's the first time of them coming into the NPFL, and we'll look forward to having them and also seeing what the kind of performance they're going to display in the NPFL. Ikorodu City also got promoted to the NPFL last season, and then they've also been in good form so far. We'll just hope that we're going to see the same thing from Inter Lagos, and if they can replicate that, it will be a good scene for lovers of the NPFL.
I agree. What does this promotion for Inter Lagos do to the league body of NPFL when it comes to visibility, the economic level, and everything that has to do with it within 1 minute?
I like that you talked about the visibility, because we know Inter Lagos, Doma United had confirmed their promotion into the NPFL just before now, but there even be this buzz about them. But yesterday when Inter Lagos were confirmed, you could see fanfare from social media. The social media team worked very well, and a lot of their fans on social media amplified the effort of the team and celebrated them. So these are the things we want. We had a Shooting Stars media lead yesterday talk about how they are trying to preach the gospel of the NPFL to the new fans, to the new age fans that are watching, because most people don't have the zeal to go to the stadium or to support their favorite teams. But when we have proper representation of these teams in the media space and in front of people on our phones or your social media, it's going to urge more people to join the game. And for Inter Lagos, a very good one. They were able to sell the Lagos Derby, and it's going to even reduce the distance Southwest teams have to travel to go to games now. So it's going to bring more visibility to the league. It's going to help the economic of the southwestern part of the country, and we are going to get more derbies. There was a derby in the weekend in Ikenne, and that was the record away fans in the stadium of their opponents this season, and that's to show you that we are getting there. So if we have shorter distances for fans to travel, have shorter distances for teams to travel, it's going to help the finances of the team. It's going to help visibility and help inclusion of fans into the stadium. So it's a very good one, and we hope to see more from the MPFL
All right. Big ups to Interlagos for getting promotion to the MPFL. Let's move swiftly. Let's talk about boxing. I'm wondering why boxing, when we have the likes of Elizabeth Oshoba, doing the knockout yet again. I mean, forming the Nigerian boxer, Elizabeth Oshoba defeats Britain's Chelsea Anel via technical knockout to extend the record at 10-0. She is the IBO Super Featherweight champion and WC Silver Featherweight champion. I wish I can have the video of the punches and also the entrance, when she came in. And
you want to be punch? Why?
Let's talk to me about this, wonderful lady doing this in the world of boxing.
Well, it's not all the time that we see, females from Nigeria who dominate in the boxing world. But I'll say that for her, when things like this happen, when we see one of our own dominating at the international stage, I really think that it puts the entirety of boxing on a higher level and also kind of amplifies the state of women in the sports that they play, on the represented sports that they actually engage in outside football. So I really think it's a good one for her, and congratulations to her.
All right, beautiful. Big
congratulations behind that mask, though.
Looks like a character from a video game.
It's more like it's giving the this Black Panther vibe. Yes.
The vibe. Well, it is what it is. Big congratulations to Elizabeth Oshoba. Let's talk about where we're separating boys from men. We're talking about the UEFA Champions League, and Sanurin excited, to talk sport right here. Let's talk about Madrid against Bayern Munich. Vincent Kompany is going to have so much company right there at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium, and he has said that the Madrid we're going to face tonight is not the Madrid we saw against Mallorca. It's the Madrid that played against Manchester City. If they have that mentality, I think that's what they're going to play tonight. Let's talk about the game Madrid against Bayern Munich.
Madrid against Bayern is the most played fixture in the Champions League I mentioned earlier. They've played 29 times. Madrid have won 13. Bayern Munich have won 11 and they've had 4 draws in the competition. So this night is going to be all about the tactical nuances of both coaches. We've seen a little bit of tactical excellence from Kompany. We see the way he employs his tactics and arranges his players together, and that has seen them pushed to the top of the Bundesliga table, 9 points ahead of their closest rival, Borussia Dortmund. But this is a different thing entirely. Like you mentioned, when Madrid play in the Champions League, the different spirits come into the players, and this is their competition. They are the record holders. You don't want to underestimate them. We all thought City were going to knock them out in the last round, and they came back roaring. Both home and away, they defeated City, and they have Kylian Mbappe back now in the squad. We played on Saturday, but wasn't able to effect the game. Didn't boot in the UEFA Champions League. So there are different matchups that we're going to look forward to in this match. In the last round of Champions League game, it was Valverde that helped Alexander Arnold in keeping Doku out of the game. So that's going to be very important in this game. We're going to see how Abiola is going to deploy both players. Valverde is also needed in midfield because you need the grit and the technical brilliance of Valverde to help your team transition football as fast as possible. So that's going to be look forward to. I mentioned Kane and Mbappe.
Luis Diaz
against
Olise.
So they have exciting matchups to look forward to, and we have exciting players from both sides, and I expect both managers to give us the classic encounter that we expect from both sides.
All right, let's talk about Sporting CP and us now quickly. What are your expectations for that game? What are you looking forward to? Mikel Arteta, I saw it training where the players are now holding ball on their head.
Yes.
It looks like that part. And I'm wondering, where are we again? We
say you can't And
let me ask you, after the loss of the Carabao, the FA Cup, what's it like with the players when it comes to their mental state ahead of this game against Sporting CP?
Well, the match against Sporting is going to be a match of high momentum and a lot of intensity, and Sporting are not a side to overlook either. And Arsenal suffered 2 consecutive losses, with the recent one being against Southampton, and they've actually lost their hold on the in the FA Cup. So the thing now is that I feel that this, alongside the Premier League, is more or less Arsenal's attempt at securing a double. We don't know what the turn-up might be in the Champions League, so I really think that they need that mentality if they actually want to, secure wins for both the Premier League and the Champions League. Sporting, they're a side that should not be underestimated. They are not underdogs, and I feel that
they've not lost at home in the Champions League.
They haven't. They've actually had
PSG,
17.
They played 5 games at home now. They've won, I think, 4 of those games. They defeated PSG. They defeated Bodo Glimt 5-0 in the last round. That's to show you how
they came from behind
in the first leg. So Sporting are decided to push over in this fixture, and Luis Suarez is looking to beat Victor Gyökeres' record that he set when it was Sporting.